Hey guys, it's John with another episode of the JRB climbing system. So I released this climbing system in September at the beginning of this season, and thanks to your input, we've had a bit of a journey, and I thought it would be smart to do a video at the end of the season to show you how the system has evolved and changed since the beginning. So I'm making some assumption that you've got some familiarity with the system as you are on the JRB tree climbing and saddle hunting channel and on the playlist, the JRB climbing method. So I've taken the liberty of already stringing up this tree as per prior videos. The rope is up and over a tree crotch. This tree has not had a throw ball in it in 4 years. I've had a paracord preset waiting for me for climbs ever since. So the first thing I want to show you about the system that has changed, you're familiar with the fact that I've got a friction hitch on both sides. These are a Michoacan friction hitch, and they're closed with a hunter's bend. And I engage those loops via my primary bridge. For reasons of comfort, I have extended the length of this bridge for less hip pinch. And by doing so, I needed shorter loops because the total distance needs to be easily reachable with my hand. Easily reachable, not at the top of your reach. The second change while we're at it is I've fabricated just a small piece of conduit from the hardware store with a hole in it, and all this really does is help keep these lines separated when under tension, and that allows these hitches to move a little bit more freely, and it also serves as an assist when you need to break these. I can put my hand there and break both of these under load. So that's the first change. So I'm gonna basically set my weight on that, and then I'm going to show you an important change that has to do with the redundancy mechanism that I call my best friend. So you're familiar with the Garter Hitch foot loop, and now tied into the Garter Hitch foot loop is a clove hitch. This is a total of only 40 inches, this 8mm cord, closed with a hunter's bend, and this becomes my redundancy. This is tied into my redundant bridge. So I'm going to go ahead and engage the Garter Hitch as per prior videos. So that's ready to take weight. I'll put my foot in it. If you watch prior videos, you know I tend to climb with just one foot and two hands. And then this gets tied into my redundant bridge, which is set lower than the primary. And so now my system's set up. The foot loop is a bit longer. I fabricated this one with a total of 16 feet of webbing was used to form this by basically the same mechanics. It got a total of 3 overhand knots holding it tight, and one up here for cinching purposes. The rest of the instructions to build this are on my channel. And so now I'm going to do a demonstration climb, and I will remind you again that anytime our feet leave the ground, we're taking our life into our hands. This is a demonstration, is not a substitute for instruction, which you should seek from a qualified professional should you engage in any form of climbing activities. So how do I get started? I simply take slack out of my foot loop, put weight on the system, and the climbing method involves the use of one foot, one leg, and two hands. And so I simply stand, push up, raise the foot loop, stand. It's not a hard move, right? Anybody who can get off the couch with one foot and with two hands can pull off that move. Should you be on a tree where you can't get your foot on the base, I'll simulate that in this manner, you can still get up. Just want to keep that foot under your butt. It's a little awkward, but I can climb a leaning tree as effectively as I can climb a straight one. That's the gist of it. I'm not going to get too far out of the field of view. In order to descend, we engage a Munter friction hitch on the redundant bridge. So at this point, I've potentially sat in this system for hours. I'm trusting the integrity of my primary friction hitches. I remove the Garter, and I can put that in my bag or I can let it hang, and I engage a Munter friction hitch on my redundant bridge. And I'm going to make sure this point is clear, as the Munter friction hitch has a tendency to cause a spin in your line. However, if you feed it in this direction, away from you and to the left, it neutralizes the spin. And so I'm going to demonstrate that now with all of the slack taken out of the system, ready to descend. I'll break my friction hitches. So they're loose. I'll tend them. And then with my left hand, I'm feeding slack into the Munter. Tend to come down nice and slowly so that our friction is burned off slowly. Get a look at that. Okay, so that's the gist of it. Again, the changes were fairly simple. A longer foot loop, an integrated best friend system into the secondary bridge, and for comfort reasons I went with a longer bridge, shorter primary loops, and a braking mechanism for the friction hitches. So thank you very much, and I'll look forward to your feedback and our journey to come.